Hey everyone, we're halfway through the season of How We Bounce Back. My uncle, my Tito, is on the other side of the Zoom airways. He starred in feature films The Year I Did Nothing, South Central Love, and The Master Chief. He also acted in numerous short films, including Good Filipino Kids, Martial Law, Sinigang, and of course, Too Late to Sing. You can cast him as the boss of the Filipino Mafia or the fun-loving Tito or Tatay. He is a favorite in the film industry. He is none other than Rhandy Torres.
All right.
Burr,
That's
burr, burr,
beautiful.
burr, 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 burr.
Hey, thank you for that beautiful introduction, James. It's good to see you again. I'm happy, we get to do this. James, my director in Too Late to Sing, he's awesome. And
Aw.
I want to greet everybody who are going to be watching this and listening. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing great.
Appreciate you, Tito, for joining us on the show. You have quite a lengthy acting resume, but for those that are unfamiliar, can you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Randy Torres. I'm an actor. And also, if I'm not acting, my regular job is respiratory therapy. And then also, I'm also working as a risk adjustment coder.
Oh,
So it's those three. So that are keeping
wow.
me busy.
Oh my gosh. You're hustling out here.
Hustling, that's right. That's the word.
In regards to your acting career, you've been casted for quite a bit of roles in the past 2 years since we met on Too Late to Sing. Features, shorts, and whatnot. A lot that have been selected in the film festivals. Can you describe the roles that you've played in lately? And is there any specific genre or specific character that interests you the most?
Most of the roles are I'm playing as a dad and as an uncle. And the one that I did recently that is not that is the Master Chief.
Mm,
So
mhm.
I played as the Master Chief. It's the movie directed by Chris Ariano, and we did a premiere last November. I hope everyone can watch it. It's really good, really really good.
Yeah. What role did you play in Master Chief?
I played the Master Chief.
Oh, the message. So you are the
The Master
movie. Oh
Chief.
my gosh.
No, it's Chris. That's the movie. I played supporting to Chris.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the movie? Is it a bit of a spoiler if you leak
Oh
it
no,
out
no, no.
there? Oh, go
Absolutely,
ahead.
I can tell you
Yeah.
some things about it. So it's a story about the Filipino Navy. In the U.S. Navy, they have this group of Filipinos that they call themselves the Filipino Mafia. And
Oh.
the movie portrayed how the Filipino mafias are, in the U.S. Navy, how they work together, how they win, by
Hmm.
working together, and it shows, the Filipino cultures, the good, mostly the good, and of course, there's always some bad in everything, and it shows that as well. But in the end, it's a good ending. It's not quite like something that will, like totally tell the story, because there's a Master Chief Part 2 that's gonna be filmed pretty soon. So I hope everyone watch the Master Chief Part 1, and then we're getting ready to shoot Master Chief Part 2.
That's a thing, that the Filipino mafia on
It's a thing, man. It's
ships,
real.
yeah? Are
Oh
they
yeah,
smuggling
dude. Like,
drugs? Or have you
no, no, these are U.S. Navy personals.
Oh,
The
okay.
highest rank that you could get is the Master Chief. And
Mm.
not everybody can get there. And what's really cool about it is that after the movie screened, we had a premiere. I got contacted by the real U.S. Navy master, and
Mm.
we had a great talk. He was really excited about the movie. He's congratulating us, and he said that I could even use his actual real uniform on Master Chief Part 2. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out, if it's gonna fit, but
What an honor.
it's exciting. Yeah, it's an honor, man. He's the
Yeah.
real deal. He's the real Master Chief. So
Yeah.
yeah, Master Chief there. Yes, hello, sir.
That's so cool. Yeah. Well, as a seasoned actor, I'm sure you get creative ideas from time to time on the stories you can tell. Do you
Mm.
get the itch to expand outside of your boundaries with acting, such as writing,
Abs-
directing, or producing? Or is it acting
Well,
all the way?
right now, to be honest with you, it's just gonna be acting all the way, because there's still a lot of things that I would wanna improve on, learn. experience roles that I want to play. So for now, I just want to focus on that. Study more about acting, uh, do different roles that I haven't done. More challenging roles. And I don't know, man. I'm not closing my doors on those other things. If it happens, it will, and if I'm ready for it, I'll do it. But I just want to focus right now on acting because
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, that's really where you can definitely maximize your success if you just hone into that. I know you got those two other jobs, you hustling out there.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm sure what you love is just acting all day. And if you just focus on that discipline, you're just refining
right.
your sword to be the best.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I want to play some random icebreaker questions with you. First question I want to ask, name your Mount Rushmore of actors. All time. All time.
All time. Yeah. Wow. Oh man. So I can only name. Can it be all four corners of the mountain? So come on, man. There's
Uh,
a lot of actors that
that I
are.
checked last I checked, there's four faces on that
I
mountain.
know, right? That's not fair, man. It needs to be at least 4, 8, 12, 16. Let's see. So just four, right? Just four.
Yeah.
These are the actors that are my inspiration, big influence on how I approach work, and I enjoy their portrayals of their roles. So I would say number one would be Robert De Niro,
Wow. Okay.
uh,
Legend.
Meryl Streep, Leonardo DiCaprio, and man, there's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard to give you that last one, but I'd say his performance in The Joker was just brilliant. So I would have to say Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Wow. Wow. All legends right there. All legends. Now, if you all were the last five people on planet Earth and your ship to Mars can only take two people, who are you leaving?
Ah, how many can I take?
Only two.
Only two?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, my daughter and my son. It
Oh,
really depends. I mean, if things are still worth saving, and there's a chance of like it's better to stay here, I'll take someone else. But if the earth is just dying and the world is crumbling, I'll take my daughter and my son
aw.
anywhere safer.
Okay. Well, let's say your daughter and son are already on Mars waiting for you. And now what's left on your this island with you is your Mount Rushmore. Meryl Streep, Robert De
Right.
Niro, Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
and Leonardo DiCaprio. You can only
Right.
take two. And think about it,
Okay.
you do have to repopulate, civilization. So
So then I'm
you
gonna
might have
have
to
to
take
put
the
Jennifer
woman.
Lawrence in the list. I'm gonna have to put Jennifer Lawrence in the list. Emma Stone in the list. So I know our kids are gonna be actors as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Oh man.
All right. Well, then, how about let's go to my last icebreaker question. Can you
Mm,
name your top three favorite movies of all time?
Yeah, so the Joker of
Oh,
Joaquin.
wow.
And also I like Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Also The Godfather.
Yeah, that's a mandatory one, obligatory.
Yeah. I think that's in everyone's list. I mean,
Yeah.
the best of the best are all in. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Great list. Great list. All right, Randy. Well, I think it's time for the deeper discussion. My first question to you is, what does failure mean to you? How has your perception and or experience with failure evolved over time?
Well, the word failure had a different meaning to me when I was younger. When I was a lot younger in elementary, and even high school. Failure was I can associate that word in so many things so easily. Like if I lost the game, if I didn't get a good grade, I would consider it as failures already. You know. But as I became older and I'm hoping wiser, um, failure is something that would only happen if you gave up on something, you know. So right now, as long as I'm not giving up on anything that I'm doing, it's not gonna be a failure, even though it's a struggle, even though I'm having a hard time, even though it's just punishing at times, you know, I still don't consider those a failure because I'm still on it. It's there's still a possibility of me being a success story on it. So that's the difference. When I was younger, it exists. Now it's just a word that it, you know, I'm doing my best for it not to be my reality.
Have you seen Giannis's quote when the reporter asked him about has this season been a failure, and he responded back saying, "Have you seen Michael Jordan? He won 6 championships. So the rest of his 9 years were failures." Have you seen that quote?
Right. Yeah, I saw that interview actually. And he's
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
And
absolutely right.
your response is a shared sentiment of what Giannis had said, and I think that there really isn't any failures. It's just the way you look at it, and if you look at it as something that, oh, just a step back, it's probably 10 steps back. It's probably something that I put on this performance for a film and it didn't go over so well, but it's still part of my reel. It's still a part of my IMDb creds. It's still an
Mhm.
experience where I'd met amazing cast and crew that I can create relationships with, and create more opportunities for film down the road. How could that be a failure? Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, you just
yeah,
learn from it. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
They have the Razzie Awards with the
Yeah. Yeah,
with the
no, we don't want to win that.
yeah, yeah, but it's like, are we calling those movies failures? Like, I think The Rock won a Razzie Award. Now, is The
No,
Rock
yeah,
a
yeah.
failure? I don't think so.
No, 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 it's not. But then again,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean. You know.
Well, yeah, we don't want our movies on the Razzie Award. We
Yeah.
rather want it under the radar, and
Right.
just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
not touched in the Razzie Award. But
Right. Right. Right.
yeah,
If
let's.
you're gonna be the talk of the town, it's good to be a
Yeah.
good talk of the town. But
Yeah,
hey,
for
hey, I mean, if you get nominated or
yeah.
win that, that means you're in that atmosphere, man. You're in
Yeah.
that level already.
Well,
But
I
I guess it's not too bad, you know.
exactly. And what I think is cool is that the people that win that award, if they take it lightly and laugh at themselves, that really speaks to the true testament of the character of somebody. If
Right.
they can make fun of
Absolutely.
themselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, people
You're
would
right.
want to work with someone that just has that humility, the humbleness. Kevin Hart and The Rock are the best at that. So yeah, of
Yeah,
course. And I think
right.
you're like that too, Tito. And people like laughter. Laughter is magnetic. So it'll
Absolutely.
any Razzie Award can turn into an Oscar if we don't look at it
Yeah.
as a failure. It could always be a
True.
success.
True, true.
My next question to you: how has the loss of a family member, friend, or pet affected the way you deal with failure or setbacks? Now that we're talking about failure with a
Um,
different connotation.
I lost the person that I love the most, which is my mom in 2020. Leading into that, because I grew up just having a mom, you know, so we were super close, super, super close. We love each other so much. If you have to put a person in the encyclopedia that's gonna describe someone who gives unconditional love, that's her. You know what I mean? So I know that at some point I would lose her, and I don't know if I'm gonna be ready for it. I actually, when I found out that she was diagnosed with cancer, I spoke with my daughter, I spoke with my best friend, I spoke with people that are really close to me, and I told them, if the day happens, please check on me. Because if there's something that I wouldn't be sure if I can handle, it's losing my mom. So I know that it's gonna be hard. I know that it's gonna be painful. So when it happened, and thankfully, you know, with prayers, with my love for her, and I was given that chance to be the last person to be with her, and I was able to say my goodbyes and my thank yous and my I love yous.
Mm,
I just want to make sure that, you know, from this point forward, I'm just gonna make her proud, you know, even in the afterlife. And so anything that happens from that point on, moving forward, whatever kind of failure it is, whatever trials, problems, difficulties, or failure, I know I can handle
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I already
Amen.
was able to survive that event in my life.
Amen.
And it's just gonna make me, be stronger in facing those things because I know I'm not only doing it for me, I'm not only doing it for my family, my kids most especially, but I'm also doing it to make her proud in heaven, you know.
Amen. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm sorry about the loss of your mother. I know it's been almost 4 years, so condolences,
thank you.
prayers. I think you know that I had also lost my dad 1 year after that. And
Mm,
I don't, I think that what humans experience in this lifetime, nothing transforms them more than losing a parent. And I
mhm,
think what you said is exactly what I deal with setbacks and losses as well. Is
mm,
that we, when you lose a parent, it's the lowest that probably anyone can feel, aside from probably losing a child. But
mhm,
losing a parent, that's the bottom. Anything above that, even if it's like a bad day, it's not really a bad day because we've felt how low grief can
mhm.
get, how low tragedy can be.
Right.
Um, and grief never goes away. We can talk about this obviously all like for a while, but I'm sure your mom is definitely powering you through everything that you're doing.
Mm,
She's probably sent you so many signs with all of your acting gigs, your projects.
mm,
There's probably ways that you approach your creative process by the
mm.
experiences with your mom. So,
Absolutely. I
yeah.
use her as a tool.
Yeah.
There's a there's an acting technique that I practice. It's called the chabak technique, and on that you have to have someone like we call it a karga.
Mhm.
It's most of the time it's her. So and it helps. It really helps.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes me so happy to hear that. So, yeah. My heart's out to you always.
Thank you, brother.
I think that people that had lost parents, there's a special way we also connect with each other and understand each other. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Always praying. And I'm sure your mother and my dad, Filipinos, when they find each other, Filipino,
Yeah,
they
you
find each
always
other. And
your daughter directed my son, huh? There's a short film, Too Late to Sing, in one
yeah.
awards, huh?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
direct.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. My dad's like, "Oh yes, yeah, yeah." I'm sure they have hugged in heaven and crossed
Yeah,
paths.
yeah.
No doubt about that. Moving on to my next question, can you describe how you deal with the expectations of making your mother proud?
Yeah, like what I mentioned earlier, she's the super supportive and loving and caring and understanding mom. And so, growing up, I didn't really felt that pressure of, like meeting a certain expectation by her because it's really, like
Mhm.
all out support on whatever I want,
Yeah.
you know, whatever I want to be, So, it was never a problem growing up, like a choice of career. It was never a problem. Whatever I'm interested in doing, that had become. And yeah, I have way older brother and sister, so they also
Mm.
serve as like parents as well. Extra
Mhm.
eyes that
Mhm.
looks and help and support. And like my mom, they're super supportive as well. So it was never a problem. And especially like me transitioning to acting, um it happened later on in my life. You know what I mean? Like I already established my career in respiratory therapy, so I'm already doing something that they really wanted me to do to get a degree. So I guess once I did that, it's really, I'm open to trying anything else. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
And so that's when the love for acting came back. I saw a sign that was given to me, and then I just started doing acting again. And And I know it's a problem for the younger generation. Like
Mhm.
you know how Filipino parents are. You know, they're like, you need to be a nurse, or you need to be this or
Always,
that engineer, or
always.
art. So but then because I've done a lot of short films where it's like they want their parents want them to be one thing, but they want to be a filmmaker. Their parents want them to be something, but then they want to be a musician.
Always.
So, but the problem is they're young. It's their parents that's providing them money, roof, and food, and everything else. So there's that pressure. That, okay, fine, I'll do it. You know what I mean? But luckily, that wasn't the case with me.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you got your background in respiratory therapy, so it showed that you had um done something with financial security, but I'm sure your mom is just like the unicorn in Filipino parents where she's like she believes in you to do whatever you want because I think a lot of the Filipino population in general, especially in the old school days, there probably wasn't that luxury to take the creative route and
Right.
see
Yeah.
financial security, right? And they so
That's
and then
priority.
right. And at that time there probably obviously in that era there wasn't opportunities for Filipinos to really excel as an actor or as a
Right.
musician, especially in
Right.
an American audience. Like that we know
Right.
that.
Right.
It's already a struggle today. So
Right.
I do hear them out with that, but yeah, it's when there's a ceiling placed to someone's potential and it comes from a parent, that could be very hard ceiling to break. But
Right.
uh fortunate to you, yeah, you have kids, so I'm sure you're doing wonders to empower them to be
Same.
whoever they want to be.
Same. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
But you know what fun? The funny thing is though, because my daughter, she's 18 now, and so she's in college now. You know what she's studying right now?
Mm.
I didn't tell her to do this.
Okay.
She's studying film
Wow, in college.
in
That's
college.
beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
at Cal State
beautiful.
Fullerton. Yeah.
Wow, they have a good program there. Yeah,
Yeah, they do. And I asked her, why film? And so she told me, because I would take her on film sets,
yeah,
before. And she said that because I was taking her to film sets, she saw the process.
yeah,
She thought that it's exciting and interesting, and she likes how people work together. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And she thinks that it's something that she would want to do and be have a career
Hmm.
on doing it. And so it's not that she wants to be an actress. Definitely not. She doesn't really want to be an actress. She wants to work behind the scenes. And which is a good thing. I mean, if you're gonna work behind the scenes and you're in Hollywood, well, yeah,
Yeah,
you're in the right place. You
yeah.
know what I mean? So
Hmm.
she's doing that and she's having fun.
That's amazing. She's starting at a good time to do it at a young age.
Right.
And films are in another boom post pandemic,
Right?
especially
Yeah,
in
a
the
lot of things going
independent
on.
scene. Yeah, so it's great because a lot of people, like myself, and I think maybe you had transitioned to it maybe a little bit later, where we wish, oh, I wish I could have had the younger years to really study this, right, coming out of grade school and whatnot. So I think your daughter is really in an advantageous position to really maximize her potential.
Right.
And yeah, and we're in now a post strike era for at least I think 3 years with what the union
Yeah.
said. We don't know what's coming next. But also your daughter is in the tech era as well, where things are transforming very fast in the film industry and way how it's distributed, how it's edited, how it's
Right.
marketed, so she's get to see firsthand like how that all evolves. So
Right.
I'm excited for her. I think she might be casting you. There's no I feel like she wants to cast you in her first feature film when she wants to get in DGA. It has to be you.
Right.
Come on now.
Right. Yeah, no, but if there are people listening and
Yeah.
watching that are older and are thinking of like switching in a different field or maybe even just trying out something that are their passion, It could be anything, like in music, singing, dancing, or even acting. And I mean, even though they're older, there's it's always a good time to try it.
Hmm.
Because especially in acting, man. The reason why I'm so excited about this thing is that in acting there's no age limit.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hmm.
You're portraying real life situations, and real life situations have older people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm able, as long as God is blessing me with the with a healthy body and mind, I know, bro. I'm gonna continue acting, man, till the wheels
Hmm. Hmm.
fall off, because I just enjoy it. I just love it. I love being on film sets.
That's amazing. Yeah. I met an actor that's 65. He retired and is already getting his pension. He's getting his he had disability pay from the military, and he's
Mm.
just getting into acting now. He's studying books. He's going
Mm,
to student sets, non-union sets. Now, I don't
mm.
know about the rules of getting your social security pension and getting that's beyond my realm of like,
Right. Yeah.
understanding, but it
Mhm.
still like shows that there's a third act in life that we can try something that always had dreamed of, and it don't need to live a life all the way through without with regret. So
Absolutely. Life is short,
yeah,
man. And if
yeah,
this is something that sets your soul on fire, man, go
yeah,
for it. I
yeah,
say go for it. Whoever's listening, go for it, because it's fun. Like once you're doing it already, that's something that is your passion. It's just you're gonna realize, man, this is worth doing. And
yeah.
I'm glad I started. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
And
It's no longer work when it's something that you love doing. And
not at
people
all.
people that are retired, you're gonna sit at home and watch movies and then wait till the next
Not at all.
vacation in 3 months. Or are you gonna go to set and go home and have fun? It's like a playground when you
And
go
not
out
only
there.
that,
Yeah.
here's a perfect example why
Yeah.
if it's something that you love, it's never work, and it's never a chore, or it's tiring. Well, it's tiring, but it's never stressful. If I work 8 hours a day in an office, I usually get tired on the 6 or 7 hour,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If I'm on a film set and
Yeah.
I'm on 11 or 12 hour at 4 or 5 a.m., I'm still smiling, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. Find that thing that makes you happy and do it.
Being on set, especially as an actor, as a creator, is one of those rare jobs that you could work overtime, right? California law is 8 hours a day or 40 hours a week, something like that. But working on film sets, that's way more than 40 hours a week, 12-hour days. I think acting is one of the few professions where you go through those long work days and you feel rewarded by the 12th hour. You feel like, oh, this is like, it was an accomplishing day. Whereas,
Right.
and I can say this because I'm in an office job, going through an office job, doing all the reporting, doing all the emails. By the time you get to the eighth hour, I'm like, I'm so over today. Like,
Yeah. Right?
yeah, I'm waiting. I'm ready for Friday, is like what I'm
Yeah.
always thinking. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
you're already on the Monday. And you're like, I'm ready for
Yeah.
Friday.
But let me not complain. At least I have a job. It's
There
hard.
you go.
We're in
Absolutely.
inflation era right now, so
Yes.
let me
Yes.
not.
It pays the bills, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I still have that coding job and the respiratory job. Because that
Yeah.
pays the bills.
Yeah, boss, if you're listening, please don't lay me off right now.
Yeah, right, right.
I already emptied out my California EDD a couple years ago.
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, I have very supportive and cool bosses that are my friends too. So shout out to Gabe Ruiz.
Yeah.
My bro. Shout out to
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, my last question in this section of the deeper questions. What is your favorite moment in your career to date?
So the first one is when I was in the Philippines filming my first feature film,
Oh,
and if if you're an actor who really loves your job and want to have a career doing it, and you respect the process, it's that film and it's that role that is you would consider a dream come true. Because I was fortunate enough to get trusted with a role on this film by I want to give a quick shout out to them by AMP CEO and producer Rochelle Everdeen and that art director Ryan Carlos. So thank you to both of them for trusting me on the role that I we did in the Philippines. And I was able to work with like top notch, like well known established Filipino actors, man. You know that I have w- watched them growing up. You know what I mean? So when I was on the film set with them and we're about to do the scene, I would like sometimes pinch myself. You know, well, like is this my reality
You're still
now,
a fan, yeah.
or is this just a dream? Because but it's really happening, and it's a blessing, man. And at the same time, it gets the juice, going, and it motivates you even more to do good, on
Mhm.
your work. And that's one. And then the other is, here in Hollywood, you would want to be able to try and even like maybe audition for like like the TV series or the big movies, the Hollywood movies. And fortunately, I was given the chance to audition for one. So thanks to Mark Labella for, telling me about it. I auditioned to this one, knowing that, man, there's gonna be hundreds for sure that's gonna audition for this role. And at least I could try it, how the process is. And then thankfully I got booked for it. And we shot it. It's the first time that I got picked up by a limo at home. Flew first class
Wow.
to the location in New Mexico. Stayed in a beautiful hotel. Had service like the whole 9 yards, man. And then going back to the same thing. But the most important the fun part is getting to work with these famous actors, in this TV series. They're the lead actors. And getting to see their reaction that I'm doing my job okay. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And getting compliments from the director. So it's kind of like, wow, this is at this level, and they think I'm doing a good job on the role, and it just makes me want to like, I want to try some more, man. Like, put me on some more audition rooms, because if I was able to book this, then maybe I can maybe book something else. You know what I mean? So it's a humbling experience because you were giving that chance. You were blessed to work with these top-notch people, actors and filmmakers, Philippines and here in Hollywood. And it's also something that inspires me even more to just be better at it.
It seems like those two moments or those two career milestones, for lack of a better phrase, were inflection points in your life, in your career, where you've hit a peak and you're creating now even higher mountains to climb after that. Like you're still a fan. The human experience. You go on set, you see famous people. You're also their coworker now, but you're still
Yes.
a fan at heart. You're like, how am I
No,
here right
it
now?
won't go
Eh,
away, right?
Yeah, yeah. And they get that because those famous people were also fans of someone else before them, right?
Right.
But this was showing that you're all you had worked up for to that point, you amounted to the success that you had achieved to get onto those two sets, the one in the Philippines and New Mexico. So I
Mhm.
feel like you're just gonna keep creating more mountains that are even higher to climb and reach those peaks. And there's always peaks, there's always valleys, right? But
Yes.
each time you had hit a peak, and it's showing that this acting career is really taking off. It's really going to. We're gonna see you at some point. I'm praying we're gonna see you on that Golden Globe stage, the Emmy. Yeah,
not hosting.
no. Oh no, we didn't have to
Like,
go there. Oh no,
no,
no.
hey, Joko, shout out, man. He did an amazing job, and thank you for him. Like trying to showcase the Filipino culture, right? And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, it's a hard gig. Come on, like everyone said no to it, but then
He gave himself. We talked about this in previous podcast episodes with Evie and
yeah,
Marita, and he gave himself an A+ for his performance. He
right,
said that if I turned down this gig, which other people did, I heard Chris Rock turned it down. If he
right,
turned down this gig, there might not be another opportunity for him to get that gig, especially
right,
as a beacon of light for the
right,
Filipino community. So I appreciate how he has no shame in what he did up there. He said Mahal Kita at the end of the show.
right, yeah, yeah,
We should feel so grateful that someone had graced that stage to do
right.
that and just had.
And,
Oh, go ahead.
and absolutely, because the reason why he also took it, even though it's a rush gig, you know what I mean? Like Jimmy Kimmel would prepare months and months, before hosting something like that, right? The reason why he took that is because out of that, Filipino pride and love,
Yeah.
for the Filipino culture, because he really wants to showcase the Filipino talent, to put
Yes.
us out there in the map, which he tried also with the movie, right? Easter
Mm,
Sunday. And then he's successfully doing it in his stand-up comedies too as well. And of course, Golden Globes is a big stage. I mean, it's worldwide, and that's his one way of really like putting himself,
yeah.
you know, and
Mhm.
and and the Filipinos out there. So yeah, I mean, shout out.
But for you, Randy Torres, you will be adorning one of those stages at some point, God willing. And I know your mom is sending all the love and powers to make sure that it does happen. We will see that at some point. So,
Oops.
uh,
We're
yes,
working and praying.
yes. Last question before we sign off, Tito Randy. Have you watched Star Wars before?
No. I'm one of
No.
those. I'm one of those, man. Well,
I
I know Darth Vader, I know Obi-Wan, I know Princess Leia, but because bro, there's a lot of movies about it. Give me one, and okay, I'll watch it. Just tell me the story from start to finish of one, but I can't really follow everything else. You know what I mean? There's just a lot.
Would you like to be casted in a Star Wars film if it was ever offered to you?
Absolutely, bro. Like, who would say no to that?
If they told you, all right, now this is, I said last question. I'm about to spitball like 4 questions at you about Star Wars. But if they offer you to choose the color of your lightsaber, what color are you picking?
It depends on my character. Depends on my character. Whatever character gonna give me the
You're a Jedi. You're facing Darth Vader. So what you gonna fight the red lightsaber with?
I would want it to be blue.
Blue. Okay. All right. You got the Luke Skywalker vibes. Is that your tag team partner to face Darth Vader? Would you want Obi-Wan? Would you want your daughter to step out from behind the camera and be the other Jedi? And she got the purple lightsaber. She got Mace Windu's lightsaber. Would you like that to happen?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. I think we had written the first feature for your daughter, or maybe the one that's backed by the studios some point
There you
down
go.
the
Oh my god.
road. Well, appreciate you, Tito Randy, for joining us on the show. I'm so honored to have you on. You're an inspiration to the Filipino talent in the industry, and I have no doubt the audiences enjoy your performances every time you're on the screen. Let's go hit up some doll hits or Kamayan feast at some point around LA. Thanks
For
again.
sure. Thank you
Thanks
so much
again.
for having me, James. More power to you. Take care.
Appreciate it. Salamat, Tito. Next time, next time. Again, thank you all for tuning in. How We Bounce Back Season 3 continues with a surprise for the second half of the season. So stay tuned. Be safe, stay healthy as always. He's Randy. I'm James. See you all soon.